So I wanted to tell you about a little scam that I was a victim of recently. I um, I went online and I searched for a bass that I really wanted, some Fender Deluxe, something used that I played that I really liked, and I wanted a five string. So I go online and I look and I see one that is a really good price, and I said, "Wow, okay, I'll get it." I go to the website. It looks like a real store that sells bass guitars, and then I go through the checkout, and it says that it's Etsy, but it seems a little shady, and I'm like, I don't know. I had a bad feeling, but I didn't listen to myself. And I went through the checkout, which took me through PayPal, which was great because I felt protected. And but it wouldn't log in like to my PayPal account, and I had to do it as a guest, the checkout. And I just thought that there is a problem with the login. Anyway, I go through the checkout. I check out PayPal with a credit card, and I just have a bad feeling. Like the whole time, I just have a bad feeling, and I'm completely not listening to that bad feeling. And I said, okay, so I'm gonna email the company just to make sure that they got the order. I send an email, and I don't get anything back. I go on the website and I'm starting to look for the contact information, and there are four different email addresses, two different physical addresses, and I said, okay, like I probably got screwed. So after a couple of days that I don't hear anything back, I'm calling PayPal, and they telling me that the person who sold me the thing sent me a tracking number. So I was thrilled. I go and I look at the tracking number, and it does say that it's on the way to Boca, where I live, and it should be here the next day. And I check the next day, and it says delivered. And I look outside of my door, and there's nothing outside. So I try to email the person again and nothing. And then I try to call PayPal, and they said, well, it says delivered in Boca. And I said, okay, yeah, but it's not here. And they said, well, you got to call UPS and figure out with them what's going on. So I call UPS and I am on hold for 2 hours, and someone picks up and they say, yeah, it was delivered. And I said, it was delivered. That's what it says, but not to my address. So I'm giving them my address, and they say, oh, it's the package wasn't delivered to your address, and it wasn't even to your name. So, and I said, okay, can you tell me where it was delivered and what the name on the order? And they said, no, we can't because it's not your package. And I said, well, this person that I purchased stuff from, they gave me this tracking number, and they said, well, we can't give you this information because it's not yours. You're starting to get the idea that they're not able to give me information. It does say delivered in Boca. It doesn't say the full address on the UPS website or the app. And so I'm going back to PayPal, and I'm like, listen, like the guy sent it, not to me, not with my name. And they're like, well, you need to show us proof. And my stand was, actually, I think that the seller should show proof that the package was delivered. Usually, UPS on large packages would take a screenshot and, the whatever shot, and like show that it was delivered, like proof of delivery, like with a signature or something. And they refuse to even address it. So, to make a long story short, even if you pay with one of the biggest companies, which is PayPal, and you think that you're going to be protected, I always suggest listen to your intuition. If it feels funny, it probably is going to be funny. I ended up having to call American Express, which is very client friendly. Um, and they ended up disputing it, and they put the duty of showing a proof of delivery on the seller, which obviously didn't happen. So I ended up getting my money back, but it was very, very unpleasant. So just a heads up, when you place an order, listen to your intuition. If it's too good of a price, there might be a problem. If you're having problem with the logins, there might be a problem. If it's a seller, look at the website, make sure that they have a business address. When you're calling the number, somebody actually answers, stuff like that. Just save your money, save your aggravation. That's my story.